Hello and welcome to the Educators Lounge, the podcast where we explore how education can transform lives and strengthen communities. I'm Aiman, your moderator for today's discussion, and we'll be focusing on a critical topic: how can teachers empower the social and economic status of the B40 group? For context, the B40 group represents the bottom 40% of income earners in Malaysia who often face barriers to education and economic ability. Today, we'll explore how teachers can help break these cycles. I'm joined by two incredible guests who bring unique perspective to this discussion. First, we have Mr. Muhammad Irfan Sufi bin Ashan, or Mr. Sufi, an English teacher and passionate advocate for education. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sufi.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aiman. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very excited to discuss about this topic, actually.
And we also have Ms. Kau Yilin, or Ms. Yilin, an education consultant who has worked closely with community-based initiatives to empower underprivileged students. Welcome, Ms. Yilin.
Thank you, Aiman. I'm honored to be part of this conversation.
Right, let's dive into our topic of discussion with the first question. Mr. Sufi, from your perspective, what role do teachers play in addressing the challenges faced by the students of the B40 group?
I feel like as a teacher, teachers is the lifeline of the students. So for many B40 families, education is their best hope for them to go to the higher level. Either it's in education, their work, or their life itself. Education is a very important part in their life. So as a teachers, we are the one who make it tangible or possible for them. So for example, in my classroom itself, I always try to show students that their circumstances in their life or challenges in their life don't define them. It shouldn't stop them for them to continue their study, to do everything in their life. So in my class itself, I have a lot of students that don't know the chance they can get, for example, to get scholarships and everything. So that's why we as teachers, we the one who need to explain to them why.
Well, that's inspiring, Mr. Sufi. So, Ms. Yilin, as someone who works closely with the community initiatives, what's your take on the role of teachers in empowering B40 students?
So I completely agree with what Mr. Sufi said. Teachers are gateway to opportunities. Beyond teaching, they can instill something which is more important, such as resilience and creativity. So one thing I often emphasize is the importance of mentoring. A teacher who takes the time to guide students personally can create a ripple effect. For example, I've seen teachers who have guided students to develop skills which they do not even realize they have, such as public speaking or problem solving, which can make a big difference in their confidence and future prospects.
Alright, so on to the second question. Mr. Sufi, let's talk about practical approaches. What strategies have you used to empower B40 students in your classroom?
When we say B40 students, of course, it's based on their household income, total income. So one way for us as a teacher can improve their life or support them, give them ideas is by running a business. We ask them to make a business in school. For example, they need to be creative to make, for example, souvenirs or sell food or kind of things. When we open them to this kind of things, it's called mini business to them. It's a really good thing for them to learn that this way they can improve their family's income, household. They can buy kind of like important things that they can't get. And another strategy I feel like is a storytelling strategy, because many B40 students don't see their struggles as a valuable experience. So when you told them or you story a bit about your life or other experience, they can see that their circumstances is not something to stop them. It's actually something for them to give them more the future. They can see how is this kind of thing. This thing actually can make me more stronger and open their mind to the real world. Yeah.
Alright, so those are great ideas, Mr. Sufi. Ms. Yilin, what about you? What practical steps can teachers take to make a difference?
So from past experiences, I think the simplest thing to financial literacy. The teacher can actually show the students how to budget their allowances or make a plan for saving. Even a simple thing as this can have a lasting impact on them. So another idea I think is fostering entrepreneurial thinking. For instance, I know a teacher who introduced a program where students partner with local businesses for internships. So this practice will give them a real-world experience and connect them to networks which they wouldn't have access otherwise.
Alright, Mr. Sufi, how do you involve parents and the community in your efforts to support B40 students?
I would say it's actually a bit struggle for us to do that, but I've tried a few ways before, which is I've handled a workshop for the parents. It's not only for students but also for parents, for us to give them information about what can they do to improve their living, to help the child. For example, I focus on session teaching parents like how to apply for financial aid or create a learning-friendly space at home for their children to study comfortably at home. They can focus on their studies. When parents see the school as a partner, I feel like it strengthens their mind that school can help their children. Actually, yeah, and also sometimes we need to tell the parents or give information to them about they can apply for this kind of this kind of scholarship, this kind of help, this kind of, because even our government itself, they offer a lot of opportunity to B40 students. So parents should have this kind of information to them because sometimes they don't know and they don't really open to our social media and stuff. So as a teachers, I feel like that's one of the ways for us can help our parents and also students.
I see. Alright. Ms. Eileen, what about collaborations with external organizations? How can teachers leverage these to support their students?
Yes, collaboration or partnerships are really important because teachers don't have to or they cannot do everything alone. So connecting with NGOs, alumni groups, and or corporate social responsibility programs can bring resources and opportunities. So in my experience before, I remember school. I worked with a school that partnered with a local bakery that offered baking and entrepreneurship lessons. These students can learn basic baking skills and such as making bread and pastries, and were also taught how to calculate costs, pricing their products, and marketing them effectively.
That's very interesting. Alright, Mr. Sufi.
Yes.
Can you share a story of a student whose life was transformed through your teaching? Yes.
My experience. I remember this one student I had before. His name is same as you.
Oh, really?
And coincidentally, his name is Aiman actually.
Wow.
So when he first joined my class, and when I first entered the classroom, he was a very shy person. He always sit at the back, and he always on his own word, in his own word. But actually, I see he has the ability, he has that skills to become someone who can speak in debate. So I introduced him to debate club in our school, and at first he's really of course he's an introvert person, he's shy. But then when he joined and always support him, he became debaters in our school. And he won the first place in international level for debate. And he always tell people that how education is very important to people, to children and everything, especially the B40 group.
That's amazing, Mr. Sufi. So how about you, Ms. Eileen? Do you have a story that illustrates the impact of empowering B40 students?
Yes, I do. So there was a girl named Eileen that who participated in the financial group literacy program I have organized. So actually, at the end, she was able to sell some of her handmade crafts online. Over time, she saved enough money to help her family and fund her education. So this is quite amazing of her journey. From her experience, we could see that given the students the right guidance and journey, they can actually rise above their circumstances.
Amazing, amazing. Alright. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Sufi and Ms. Eileen, for sharing your insights and experiences. It's clear that teachers have a vital role in empowering B40 students, not just academically, but in helping them build better futures. So to all the educators listening, remember, the work you do every day has the potential to transform lives and communities. Thank you both, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in to the Educators Lounge. If you found this discussion inspiring, please share it with others. Together, we can create a brighter future for the B40 community and beyond.